Hello, anyone? That's what. Okay, so hopefully we're back and you guys can hear me well. Yeah, that's working. Okay. So like I mentioned, we're doing a job here for my virtual airline. So we have a few missions. The first one being like a level up. So I'm not doing that one. Doing LFRB. Hmm. So this is the job that we're doing. We're flying to RJTT, which is no, we're at RJTT, which is Tokyo, and we're flying to Yama, which is a smaller airport, about 142 miles away. So this was a two-part mission. So we already did our first part. So we delivered our cargo to Tokyo. So now we're flying a film crew, technicians, and holidaymakers uh, to Yama. I'm not sure what holidaymakers are, but yeah. Now we're carrying 189 passengers, so that means that we need a few flight attendants. So we're gonna go ahead at 4, which is what it's asking me to do. And then I don't want to leave my other ones just chilling here in Tokyo, so I'm gonna put them as passengers on the flight. And we're flying to Toyama. We're gonna be flying in the sim. I'm not gonna be doing a AI flight. So I'm gonna go ahead and fly this one myself. But give me 1 second so I can change something here. Just changes the music to something more just chill, less talking. There you go. So we're flying to Toyama. Now what time is it right now in Tokyo? Because I don't want to fly at night. Hey Siri, what time is it in Tokyo? It's 10:54 a.m. So that's perfect. I'm gonna just leave the time as is to 10, and we're gonna start it in a moment in December. But before I do that, I'm gonna make sure that I have my add-ons correct on the flight on the simulator. I just downloaded the airport from flightsim.to. So I gotta extract it and put it in my community folder real quick, which you guys can see that I'm just exporting it. put it in my actually, I have a add-ons folder that I use. Scenery, and then we're gonna put airports. New folder. This is my first airport in Japan. So Japan. So I'm exporting this airport to my folder here, and then not sure if you guys watching are flight team people, but I'm gonna go ahead and put on my add-ons linker, which is a program that I use to keep track of my add-ons, just because I have a lot of them and I don't load every single one of them every time I fly. I load up just what I need so that it doesn't slow down my computer. So this is the folder itself. You might not be able to see it very well. Apologies there. But we're gonna go ahead and for aircraft, we're not gonna be doing any CRJs or Phoenix. I'm gonna leave the salty because I might fly later on. For mods, I'm gonna take out the Captain Sim mod because I'm not using that plane. I'm not using any CRJ, so I don't need that. I have a PMDG weather file there. Always need it, so that one. I will click it. And lastly, we're gonna just add our scenery. So liveries, I already have liveries that I want to use. In our scenery, we're gonna remove the Orbex because I'm not flying any Orbex planes today. Flying in region 1, I believe. I'll leave them both on, not sure. And these I need. Under airports, we're gonna go to Japan in our RJTT. And we're gonna go ahead and load up the sim. Okay, well that's loading. We're gonna just look here. So everything's all set. Well, I'm waiting for the simulator to load. I want to look at my other planes and just see what they're doing and see if I had to maybe send some of my pilots in some jobs. So this is OnAir, which is the flight simulator carrier add-on, I guess. Okay. So you have the game, the simulator, I guess, and you can just fly anywhere you want to. But after a while, I guess I just lost, like, it's hard to decide where to fly because you have access to the whole freaking country or planet. So this add-on right here just kind of helps me to get jobs and manage, different planes and have pilots and flight attendants and all sorts of fun things. So I currently own 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 planes. You start out with very little money. So I've been working on this for a while and I don't have any kind of job bonuses that I get because you can set it up so that you get extra money when you fly, just so that it helps you fly or get up there, get moving faster as far as getting money. But I just set it up at the standard rate. But I've been flying a lot, so I've accumulated a lot of money, and I've been able to buy different planes. And the more planes you have, the more money you can make, pretty much. So I have an Airbus A320. That's from when I use the Phoenix. I don't usually do anything with the Phoenix. I mean, I fly sometimes, but I prefer to fly PMDG 737. So my FBO, my base basically is in Seattle. So I have my Airbus sitting right there in Seattle. I also have a 737. sitting in Seattle in case I want to do jobs out of here. I usually like to fly locally, so I just keep a few planes around. I have another 737 in McCoy, which is Orlando. So I think I was gonna do a job from down there a while back, and I just changed my mind, but I left the plane. But it's there. McCoy is an add-on, or not an add-on, but one of the hand-created airports in the game. So, so it's not just generic like terminal. That's the one thing that I kind of don't like about the simulator, that all the terminals that are just generic, you know, that were not handcrafted, they're all crazy because they have like 3 floors, and I've never really seen a terminal with 3 floors. It's always 1 floor, you know, 2. But anyways, so McCoy is a handcrafted plane, so it has better scenery. So that's why I have a plane sitting there too. I have a plane sitting in Belfast. I guess they call it Elk Grove, but it's in Belfast. And this is some add-on that I purchased. It is a very, very, very nice airport. So I leave the plane there because I like flying out of there. I have this 747 freighter that's currently on its way to London, the Heathrow. And this is, from here, it's going to fly to the US. I have this plane in Tokyo, which is the one I'm flying out of. Just realized that even though I loaded up this 737, I'm actually flying a 747. So I'll be flying the Salty mod, which is nice because I booted it up on the simulator when I just added the add-on, so good. We also have excuse me. We have a 747 and I believe this is the Bahamas. So I need to do this one at some point. I got a 777-300 that I was flying around, but it's not like the best mod. So I fly it manually a lot, but I did. So that's why I own it. But I usually have a AI pilot flying. So right now we're in Edwards Air Force Base, and we are flying passengers and cargo. It's like, what do they call it? On the script, in the script. Cargo. So who knows what it is? 120,000 pounds of it, and 2 passengers. So they got 2 people watching 120,000 pounds of cargo that we're carrying. So kind of fishy. And then we're flying to El Dorado International. Where the heck is El Dorado? Let's go ahead and take a look. What airport was that? SKBO. SKBO Airport. El Dorado is an international airport serving Bogota, Colombia. Okay, so I'm in South America with this one. What plane is this? This is, yeah, 777. So if I flew this plane more often, I would probably park this or fly to San Jose, Costa Rica, and just stay there and fly this one by hand. Just because I like flying out of hometown. But I want to fly this thing. So we're flying out of Ford. This is such a fishy mission. We're flying from Edwards Air Force Base to Bogota, Colombia, with a lot of cargo. We may be returning some quote-unquote cargo. They don't really describe it to us. Anyways, so we have enough fuel right now for 5,000 miles, and we're only 3,000 miles away, so we're definitely gonna make it. It's cargo with 2 passengers, so I don't need any flight attendants. I just the pilots and the cargo itself. So we're gonna validate the fuel, and we're gonna start an AI flight. What? Oh. Okay. So you see this little person right here. That means that I have to fly this one. You can't leave it to AI pilot. So that one's gonna have to wait because my plan isn't to fly there today. My plan is to fly to Ethiopia. And by the way, I'm just waiting for the send to load. It takes forever. So you notice it's a blank screen. Well, you can also see it on my little camera there. Okay, so we just got the one plane flying. This one, I'm not gonna do anything with it because I don't want to fly the plane. This one is just chilling there. McCoy. I don't think I have any jobs pending there. Nope. Belfast. Nothing there. This one is the one that's flying from to London. That's my job. This is also a human job, which is why it's still pending because didn't realize. Yeah, that's human. Yeah. And I'm flying from Bahamas to Costa Rica, so that'll be fun. Okay, finally. I'll move this off screen. And let's go ahead and put this here. And we can switch this from there we go. So we're flying the 737, like I mentioned. So we're not flying the backbone, the 737. And we're flying in Japan, so I'm gonna go ahead and fly a Japanese livery, which I think I have one. China, Kayla, UPS. There we go. And like I said earlier, we're flying out of let's go ahead and put that on the screen. There we go. So we're flying in Japan. We're gonna add 4 flight attendants, and we're gonna add these guys just as passengers. We're only flying 142 miles to Toyama, and we're flying in lifetime. So we're gonna go ahead and look at our plan, or plan out our route, I guess, actually. Before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and load up into the airport. Before I do that, let's see, little. Give me a second. I'm gonna go ahead and load up Little NavMap, which is a program that I use to manage my flights, among other ones. There we go. I want to first of all reset everything. New flight. And we're gonna go to Japan. RJTT. Okay, so we're at RJTT, which is Tokyo. So I'm going to put this as our departure. And then we're going to put RJNT as... Can you guys not see that? That's weird. It shows up my screen, but not on here. I think I have to change the setting. Give me a second. Yeah, it's so weird. On my screen it shows there's a dialog box. It shows up, but it doesn't show up on your screen. So we're gonna go put RJNT as our departure or our destination. There you go. So now you can see our route. You're looking at Tokyo Haneda. Let's show information. You know, give me a second, guys. I'm gonna change this so you guys can see what I'm looking at. It's kind of messed up that you can't. Just adding this as a screen. 2. Oh, sorry. It's huge. One more second, guys. Sorry. Okay, guys. Thanks for waiting. So here we go. Okay, there we go. So now you can see this stuff. And I'm actually gonna scooch over the screen in here so you can see the stuff on the right. It's as good as it's gonna be. Okay, done. Just get OCD. Sorry, guys. So we're in Tokyo, Haneda. And if we click here and show information, I'll then bring this over. So it tells me that right now the best runway based on current wind is runway 05. So we're looking here. Runway 05 is this one. That's going to be an interesting departure. I've never flown out of Tokyo, so I mean, I have flown out of Tokyo in real life, which is cool, but I haven't flown out in the simulator. So we're gonna put. First of all, we're gonna find a stand. So we're gonna go ahead and put ourselves here in this. Oh, we're in a heavy, so I'm gonna choose parking. And then we're going to be departing runway 5. So RJTT for runway 5. And we're heading to the west or south, northwest. So let's just see what said. Takes us that way, which this one looks to be perfect. I'm just flicking through the different ones, and this one seems to be right on because you see it takes me pretty much to where I need to be. So we depart runway 5 and we do a loop and then went this way. Now when we get to this airport, so this one it tells us that there's looking the right thing today. So for this airport, the best runway for, to land is runway 02. So 02. So we're gonna go here and click on show arrival procedures. Nope, that won't work. So for this airport, Toyama, I'm looking here and there's different approaches. So we're gonna take a look and see which one works best for us. That's weird. My procedure didn't save. So for this airport, for runway 5, this one. Oh, my bad. I didn't add it. There we go. So we have our departure, and then we're gonna land here. So let's look at the arrival procedures. Like I said, we're landing runway 2. Not that one. 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 Okay. So we don't have an arrival from direction. Not that one either. I'm going to do this RNF approach, which tells me then that what I'm doing is that I'm going to be flying from here. Automatic. I'm going to send and just do loop. Now we're doing a direct approach, and then we'll get here. Just slow down. So in fact, let me just leave it. I'm gonna go to sim brief and set up the flight there just because I like to have both set up for integration purposes. Really, my flight plan, and this usually takes the longest setting up rather than the flight itself. So we're flying. And Airlines 642 from RJTT to, oh, we can't see that. So I'm going to take the iPad out and just put okay. So we're in RJTT and we're flying to RJNT. Romeo Juliet November Tango. Our airframe is going to be the 747. We have 189 passengers. And we have 24.5 cargo. This is all from the plan in OnAir. The flight is only an hour long. We have 30 minutes of reserved fuel. It tells us we're departing runway 16, but we're not. Runway 05. And actually, copy its route, paste it here, analyze it. There you go. There's my route. That matches the route in little NF map. So now that that is all set, runway 5, arrival. I'm gonna go ahead and generate the flight. Let's see what it tells us here as far as what we need to do with fuel. Airtime is only 37 minutes. That's funny. Block fuel 42,000. I show 44 per the OnAir, so that's close enough. Our cruising altitude 29,000 feet. I'm gonna change that on our flight plan. Good. We're gonna go ahead and pre-file this in VATSIM since we're flying in VATSIM. Okay, flight is filed. SimProof is done. Romeo Juliet Tango. And in my plan, earlier I showed you guys the plan here. And I mentioned that we were reporting out of marking 708. So that one is going to be 708. And if you notice on here, that matches here. So 708 is our departing position. While that's loading, do that. And we're going to load up vPilot. So here we are in our beautiful Pokemon livery. Very nice. Where is my mouse? There we go. So we're sitting here in Tokyo in our beautiful 747 from All Nippon Airways. We have a Dreamliner next to us. Is that a 777 over there? Not sure. So first things first, we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna put this here so you guys can see it. There's nobody here as far as ATC goes, so we're just gonna be talking to ourselves, but that's fine. Let's minimize it for now. So first things first, we're gonna go ahead and turn on the battery. Oh, actually, no. First things first, we're gonna put this in auto and turn on the battery. We have external power, so we're gonna turn that on as well. And we're gonna go ahead and turn on our APU. I'm going to set our systems here to navigation to nav, and we're gonna now look down here. So for FMC, we're gonna go for location is Romeo Juliet Tango. I'm gonna put this here. Origin again. Romeo Juliet Tango. Our arrival be Romeo Juliet November Tango. Flight number is going to be ANA642. I'm going to send for the flight plan and we're going to load it. Execute. And go to performance initiation. Here we're also going to go ahead and hit send and accept. Now here, I'm going to leave this, I'm going to get out of the screen for a moment. I'm going to go to the departure. And we're going to be departing Rose 05. Via the, let's see, EKL2A. Let's go ahead and load up Navigraph just so you can see. Plan here. Our SID is going to be this one. Backlet to departure. I don't know what backlet stands for. But we're going to do the backlet to A departure. And hit execute. And for, let's go to arrival. Here we're going to be doing RNAV02. Owara. And then we're going to go here again to take off. I'm going to put flaps. Oh, give me a second. So our V2 is 172. So up here I want to put 182. Let's make sure that I'm all finished here. That looks good. Looking at the legs, we have this continuity, so I'm going to put that here. And all done. So going back to the overhead panel, we have APU now. So we're going to go ahead and turn on beacon. Turn those three on. And I don't want to push back. I probably should, but I want to just try to either hit that guy or turn. This is the right thing. Move back up. So we're gonna back up. And we're gonna turn to the right. Okay, we're all good to go. So now that we're ready to go, there's nobody in ATC. So that means that, you know, even though I'm on VATSIM, I'm talking to nobody, apparently. But what we gotta do is we gotta put our Unicom to 122.8. And we're gonna we're gonna be, let me show you here what I'm doing. So we're gonna be pushing back in just a second and looking at the taxiways here. We're on 708. This is taxiway Romeo, and we're gonna be facing south. Be advised, Tokyo traffic on Nippon 642 at parking 708, pushing back onto taxiway Romeo, facing south. Okay, so now we are ready to go. We're gonna push back, face south. So let's go ahead and remove parking. And make sure we're all good here. Okay, we're aligned. Light directors on. Our heading, our initial heading, is going to be uh, 5-1. Put 5-1 here. Our initial altitude, I'm going to put 10,000 feet. And we're going to request pushback. And we're now pushing back. So as we push back, we're going to turn on engines 1 and 4. So you can see 1 and 4 starting. We're now looking here, and with this number gets to 2.5, I'm gonna go ahead and add fuel. Okay, now that they push back in, we're going to do the same thing with 2 and 3. And we're going to turn on our bleeds for engines 1 and 4. You know, there's one thing I need to make sure I set up correctly. Okay, so again, 2.5. Boom, boom. And we're going to turn on our APU. Once we're fully, okay, ready to go, we can also turn on our taxi lights here. And we're going to turn off our APU. Okay. So, we're almost ready to go. So ready to taxi. But, like I mentioned, I need to communicate when I'm doing this. So going back to the iPad. We're at Taxiway Romeo. We're going to be going down Romeo, over the bridge to Sierra. Sierra 1, Delta, Delta 1. It's going to be a holding point, Delta 1, holding short of runway 05. Tokyo traffic, all Nippon Air 642 at runway taxiway Romeo, taxiing via Romeo Sierra 1 Delta 1 to holding short runway 05. Okay, so we're all ready to go. And ready to taxi. So let's get moving. And make sure my parking brake's off. And we're moving. While we're moving, we're going to go ahead and set our flaps to 10. This is a pretty cool airport. I've never flown out of it in the simulator. But like I mentioned, I didn't purchase. I downloaded for free this add-on, which makes this airport a lot better, I'm sure, than the default. This is so cool. We're going over a bridge. So we're approaching taxiway Sierra. So we're going to be turning right onto Sierra. So now there's a few holding points here. And there was a lot of traffic, but obviously there isn't. So we're just gonna go ahead and pull up to Sierra 2. Delta 1, which is the holding point. The far end, closest to the runway. I know, I move slow sometimes. So now before we actually cross into the runway, we're gonna call and make sure that nobody is. Make sure our flaps are down, or spoilers down. So, Tokyo traffic, All Nippon 642, holding short 05 with a Beckle 2A departure. Departing runway 5, All Nippon 642. Okay, so we are, I said my words, and now we're all good to go. Actually, before I do this, one last thing I need to do. It has something to do with the flight itself, but I'm gonna record it. Oh shoot, I also realized that I had not started tracking my flight with OnAir. Which would have been bad. Okay. We're gonna put our lights on. Now we're ready to go. Yeah, that just took, let me see, how long have I been streaming now? Yeah, an hour. I've been streaming in an hour and just now actually flying. But honestly, it's part of the fun. If I just wanted to fly and take off, I could just pop into the runway and lift off, but I like to do this whole thing. We are good to go. We're gonna turn this on. Whoa, 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 whoa. the heck is going on here? Okay, I don't know what's going on with the auto throttle. We're gonna do this by hand. Okay, 100 knots. V1. Rotate. We're airborne. Gear up. Okay, we're climbing. Okay, flaps up. So even though, I mean, I'm flying by hand right now. Because I don't know what was the issue a second ago. I'm doing that first loop that I was mentioning. Boom. Pretty much. And we're not letting the autopilot take over. Yeah. As you can see, we're about to intercept this waypoint, which is where the plan is. And you look to your right, you can see the airport, which is parted. I'm guessing I may be able to sound like an idiot because I'm not really sure. But I don't see anything else, so I'm guessing that's Mount Fuji. Right there. And these Pokemon right here. I see Mewtwo. Some evolutions of Pikachu, I guess. Don't know that. Don't know that. Okay, what am I doing? Okay, just making sure that we're not doing some crazy stuff. So we're climbing to 2,000 feet. Let's go ahead and put 9,000 feet, which is our cruising altitude. Toga traffic, I'll nip on 642 at 18,000, climbing 29,000 layer. Okay, so just letting traffic know that what I'm doing, I'm 19,000 feet and on the layer, which is the waypoint here. At which point we're gonna do a slight right turn to 313 degrees. We're at 306, so we're gonna be about 313 right here. And if we take a look, OnAir. So this is our routes. As I just did, you said this is our departure. So we departed. We went down this terminal here, or this taxiway. This is where I turn on the simulator. That's why it just shows from here. And then I took off. Did a right turn. Until I met up with the waypoint that I needed to get to. And now we're on our way to Yama. Very short flight, but yeah. Cool. Saitama. You can see there's a lot of mountain peaks in this area. I guess I can just verify. Yep, that was Mount Fuji. So I was not talking out of my butt on that one. Oh, nope. There you go. So guys, I'm gonna step away for a few minutes, and I'll be back. So we should have started our descent a while back. So we're gonna go ahead and do this now. So as you can see, we're landing somewhere up here. We're doing a little loop. Boom. I don't see the airport yet, but that's where we're landing. So we gotta descend. And also make sure though that we're not in danger of hitting anything, which we're not. But yeah, so now, had we begun our descent earlier, then we might have hit the mountain. These mountains up here. Let's see. I have spoilers on because I'm trying to slow us down. As you see, when if we bring the spoilers, the plane goes at a steep angle. That's it. Bring this up, and the plane slows down. So, in the interest of landing, which I guess most people want to do, we'll go ahead and turn those puppies on, and let's rocket this thing. So, as you can see, we were in a very quick descent. But, you know, we're gonna slow us down. We're good. Then we'll rocket. And bring this altitude to 3,000 feet. Our airport is there. I think I just saw it. Is that it? Nope. That airport should be around here somewhere. I don't see it. I'm sure it's there. That's interesting. I'm flying over it, but anywho, we're still too high. And now we're gonna go ahead and select our our heading. So I'm gonna do 226. Select. And we're gonna start turning. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and slow down to 230 knots. So you can see here what the plan is. So this show you this. So we're flying over the airport. And we're gonna, you know, a second. I'm flying towards mountains, which is not good typically. So I need to descend a lot faster. You know, in fact, okay, don't judge me, but we're gonna just take a little quick detour. And we're gonna do a holding here. And you know, we're actually gonna take off autopilot and fly this thing down. So let's engage. I'll leave that on. This auto throttle is a mess sometimes. Oh shoot, yeah. What a messy landing. I know, no, but I don't want to go around. Disregard the alarms. It's still gonna be a smooth landing. Check it out. I'll judge it. Maybe I'll go around. There we go. Yeah, this is a mess, but oh well. Ah. We're gonna ignore that all just happened. This was a messy flight.